Hi again, I'm Carson from Guys with Games. Today we're going to play another game that probably best fits in a younger student classroom. You could play with older students or even adults, I guess, but the game naturally appeals to young children. It's called Run Run Rabbit, and it's a game of chase on this 8x8 map with some water tiles that act as barriers. Aside from up, down, left, and right, the game itself doesn't really contain any English. If you were teaching these words as new in a beginner class, it would be a great time to play this for the first time. But we need to inject some simple English task. So in order to play the game, I'll have my students, paper, scissors, stone, or find some way to find a loser. And that loser needs to do an English task. Maybe it's asking a question or defining a word or something like that. And then I like to include all my students when we do that. So if this one's asking a question, then everybody needs to answer, just to review the things that we've learned. Anyway, on with the game. How do you play it? Well, first we have 2 magnets and a 6-sided die. We play on this 8x8 map, and as I said earlier, we're going to draw some kind of water barriers that act as obstacles in the thing. So the creature, this is a wolf, and the green one is a rabbit. They can't pass through the water. They need to run around it. Okay, the rabbit's represented by a smaller magnet, and then there are two entrances to the rabbit's home where it can escape to safety. So that's the goal for the rabbit team. The wolf's goal, its objective, is to catch the rabbit. So I'll put this here. I'll explain it in a moment later. A few things need to happen in order for things to feel balanced. First, the rabbit is a little bit faster than the wolf. So whatever we roll, so let's say a 4. If the wolf had rolled a 4, it can move 4 spaces. If the rabbit rolled a 4, it gets an additional space, so 5 spaces. Another thing that the students need to understand before we can play is that they can move up, down, left, and right, but they can't move diagonally. And I'm going to be the one who's moving for them. They're going to tell me by saying something like down, 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 right. That would be how they take their turn. Okay, let's get into how you implement this in the class. First, you're going to divide the class in half, and we have Team A and Team B. In my experience, my students all want to choose to be the wolf, and that's fine. But I suggest maybe that you play this game twice, and whoever was the wolf team the first time, they swap in the second time of playing it. That way, nobody's frustrated or feel like they were cheated in any way. Another thing that needs to happen is the wolf, whichever team that is, always needs to go first. If you have a situation where just by chance somebody wins twice in a row, they get to take 2 turns in a row, the game is kind of broken. So we're using the paper, scissors, stone mechanic to find out who needs to do the English task. But regardless of who that was, we're going to let the wolf go first. We can say that this is true in nature. The rabbit is just kind of happily living its life, and until the wolf starts chasing it, then it needs to react to what the wolf does. So so maybe I'll ask a question, and the first student to raise his or her hand and answer correctly, good job, you can choose. Do you want to be the wolf team or the rabbit team? Okay, I want to be the wolf. So maybe this team is the wolf and this team is the rabbit. Great. I'll have 1 wolf and 1 rabbit stand up and play paper, scissors, stone. And the loser, again, needs to do the English task. Then they can play. And then of these 2 students, whichever team was the wolf, that person would go first. So they would roll a dice, and they would tell me where do they want to move. 2 spots, because he rolled a 2. So maybe up, left. Good, I'll go here. Now again, the rabbit's goal is to get to here without being caught by the wolf. A few other things that are just kind of like leveling mechanics. The rabbit cannot ever run through the wolf to win. If he runs through the wolf, then it's eaten. And another thing is that if the wolf were here, for example, and rolled up a 5, it needs an even number to win. It needs to land on it exactly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm sorry, the wolf didn't win. And that's really how you play the game. So we can do a real quick, I put 2 here. This is important. I used to play with only 1, but I found that the students, after they had played once or twice, they were smart enough to just kind of like stay here as the wolf and then block the way out. And that's not fun for anyone. So you need 2 exits. Real quick, we'll do an example. Okay, they play paper, scissors, stone. Loser asks a question. Everybody answer. Wolf, roll first. So 4. Up, 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 left. Okay. Rabbit, your turn. 4 also, so 5. Let's go down, 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 down. Okay. Wolf's turn, 3. Okay, down, down, left. Rabbit's turn. It's a 5, so 6. Let's run around the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 2 students, paper, scissors, stone. The loser asks some question, then we play. Wolf first. 2. Okay, 1, 2. Rabbit's turn. 6, so 7. Let's be tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe the wolf could win here, so let's find out if the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the wolf in this situation lands on the rabbit loses. So the wolf team gets a point, and then I'll reset the board. We'll swap teams, so now this team is the wolf, this team is the rabbit, and we'll play again. The last thing worth mentioning is that these animals are just chosen randomly. It could be anything, whatever you're studying, whatever words the students know. The map size, I found this works in 8x8. You could make it bigger or smaller if you want. I chose 8x8 because the maximum that a person could roll as the rabbit is 7, and that's how many it would need to get like from one side of the board to the other. But this is all kind of just up to you. You can allow this if you want. I think the game is more fun without it. But that's the game. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.